Órale, Cholo Choc, los tres chingones, boxing shots, all the chingones y chingonas. Got a little bit of a special one here, man. Running into a couple of old friends at the fight nights, at the 911 fight nights. I'm like, wow, you know what? Look at what they're doing. They're doing it big, man. And they started from the bottom to where they're at today. So that's where I want to get to their whole story, to getting to where they're at today, because they're starting to do it big in the boxing world. Let's go ahead and let's get into their story. This is Mark and Gina, also known as Cholo and G. Mark, what's going on, homie?
Hey, what's happening? How you doing?
Good, my brother. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm good.
All right, so G will be showing. She'll be coming in a little bit later, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, Mark, you and I first ran into each other at a car show at the convention center in downtown LA, you know?
Yeah, LA convention. That's right. We're Rockin' Chicano was hosting that big old what was it, 100th year or something on that auto show. And we were asked to be there as a cultura, our cars and our culture and everything else, our music. That year, it was the first one in history ever. So we made history that year. Yeah, that was right.
Yeah.
Convention.
Yeah, that's why I was there, and I recognized you and G because I followed you guys' channel, and I remember you guys telling stories about a boxing gym and the plumbing and the lighting, and just going through your struggles. And I'm like, okay, and I thought, like, man, I wonder whatever happened with that, and I always thought to myself, like, I hope they made something, I hope they're doing something with it, because you guys are out in the Coachella Valley, and I was just like, you know what, man, I hope, because I kind of fell off from what you guys were doing, but I always just kind of thought, like, man, I hope they did something with it. And then I run into you at an event, 911 Fight Nights, and you're over there ringing the bell. I see G on the other side of the ring. You guys are wearing some WBC jackets. I'm like, orale, man. Maybe I don't have to wonder anymore. Maybe they did do something with it. There we go. Okay. Nice, man. So I talked to you a little bit there, and you were telling me a little bit about the story, but I kind of want to get into detail, Holmes. How did you first get into boxing? How did you first find, was it a passion? Did you used to box? Was it in your family? How did you first want to get into the sport of boxing?
You know what's crazy about it is Gina, babe, can you bring me the 85 yearbook from Belvedere Junior High? It's on the dresser, please. Okay, in 85, I was at Belvedere. I'm 54 years old. I grew up in East LA, born and raised. Mom wouldn't have had it any other way. So my book, the yearbook, it's on the dresser in the room. Please, babe, thanks. And so I grew up in East LA, and in 85, Paul Gonzalez was a gold Olympian, and he came back with the gold, and he was a gang member. He was off the streets, and a cop picked him up, a deputy, LAPD, over in Hollenbeck at the gym. And he went to our school in 85, and he spoke, and he inspired me. And in 85, I was, we were all up to no good, but I figured if he could do it, he was a great example. And then he went out to our school, and he took the time out to talk to us. And he looked G'd up. He had his stash, you know what I mean? The clean stash, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
We call these the brochas. He got the stash. He had it cleaned up. He had his hair slicked back, you know, and dressed nice. And it inspired me. I kind of like said, fuck, I want to box. So I tried it. But true story, I'm an open book. I tell it like it is. Sometimes I tell the truth. Sometimes, whew, and it hurts. But I was abused. I was beat up a lot. You know what I mean? Growing up by another person in the family, thinking he was my dad. So he would, you know, be rough on me and clown me and joke on me and say that I wasn't gonna ever be a boxer. I was too small. I didn't have the heart. I couldn't run the cemetery. I used to run Evergreen Cemetery, and I couldn't make it all the way around the four corners. So, you know, be told shit and you know, it just, yeah. So, anyways, I had that seed, I guess, planted, but then it died. It just never grew, I guess. I don't know. God's timing. I have my son. Now I'm in my 20s, 30, you know, and I'm having my son, the boxer. He's 28, not 28. Well, I have my son, and my son was born. It's his story, and I don't want to leave it that, but I get a little right to it because I was there and this end part of it, and I keep in mind when I tell the story. But one day he'll tell his for himself. So he's born with a disability. He's born with a heart condition that led to a disability, and I'll tell you how that happened. He had a condition that athletes were having and dropping. They were a basketball player who dropped on a court because of it, and they wondered why. He was an athlete in college, La Jolla, I believe. And then there was a high school kid in football. So my son was born with that condition, and we didn't know that. When he got home, the day he was born, that night he had an attack, and we rushed him to the hospital. And they blamed it on young parenting and neglect. So a social worker was put on us. There was no case needed. She didn't see no problems. And they put him 3 months in an incubator, newborn. When he came home after 3 months, he was on meds for seizures. When he was 3 years old, he had a heart attack. He didn't have seizures. What he had was a heart condition he was born with. So they missed it at the hospital. And I don't want to drop names of hospitals and names of people, but he was at a hospital. They missed it. 3 years later, we catch it. And he has an operation. 8 hours at Loma Linda. They flew him from the hospital here in the city of Indio. We thought it was the summers here that was hot. Our first summer, you know, the heat. But no, they found it. They flew him over to Loma Linda. Loma Linda did an 8-hour surgery, and he was cleared. He was free to come home and safe. But with the guidelines and the rules of things, he can't play sports. He can't do this. He can't do that. By now, 5 years old, he's in school, or now he's 8, and he's fighting. He's fighting a lot at 8 in school, and I'm getting in trouble. And I get written up as a father who's teaching this shit because the way we look. So I go to these meetings, and the counselor finds no issues, no problems, but he sends me to a boxing gym, the Boys and Girls Club in Indio. So I go to the Boys and Girls Club with my son at 8 years old, and I have this referral because of his anger, but it wasn't anger. He was drawing pictures at school and getting in trouble for knocking kids out in stick figures because he had stars around their heads and their eyes were crossed out and all this stuff, right? Yeah. 8 years old. So we took him to a gym, and he got involved in boxing, and they stopped it. They stopped it because the parents said he had a heart condition. They found out at school and all these other things. He was in special ed because, see, what happened was the meds ruined the brain signals to his tongue. So he has this disability now. That's what they figured it out. So behind that, I took him to the gym at 8. He started fighting. He turned the disability, and they wanted to label him autistic, but we said no. So he has his own label now, and it's more severe and all whatever. But he's 28. He became a pro boxer. He started fighting at 8, and we fought and went through hell because people didn't believe in us. People didn't see him ever having a chance. But there's a coach, Marcos Caballero, and I will say his name, him, because he stepped up and he said, I'm going to turn him pro with you. And he did. He was the trainer for Chocolatito, Roman Gonzalez.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
My son has pictures of sparring with him and being in the camps and getting him ready for fights. And that's how far we went with it. And he became a pro. He knocked the guy out in the second round, his first fight. and he damaged his shoulder in the second fight. But maybe that was God saying, or Mark was actually used to tell me that we fulfilled the dream. We had we have done something in life that has never been done, at least to facts of knowledges of people that have looked it up and studied this and looked, and the state of California has actually education of the board of education has come down. There's another story behind our boxing, but he is beaten all odds of what 30, I believe, was a number given of students. He was 4 out of that, and then out of 4, 1 that go professional and do something with it. And yeah, we've done some real stuff in the boxing amateur world with his disability and all the other things that go. But now he becomes a pro, and we have this gym given to us. See, we were turning Jacob Pro homeless. I was separating from his mom at the time, and it was a 23-year marriage, and we separated. We were young, whatevers, and then we're on our own. I'm living in the gym. I wanted to go back home to East LA, and the old man said to me, "You're not going back to East LA. You're going to live in the gym." He gave me the keys to the gym in Thermal, and 4 months later, he passed away of pancreatic cancer. So I lived in the gym for 2.5 years with Jacob. In and out, Jacob would get, go back to mom's house and then get thrown out and go back with me, whatever, back and forth. But he stayed with me a bit. He couldn't do it no more. I was teaching him how to bird bath. It's all on the news. YouTube has a video of Channel 3 doing an article on us. So we lived in the gym, and we lived out of my car. I had a 1988 Cadillac on 13s. I got first place. I got was it first place? You got third place. I got
Sure,
first.
So
I got first place for that car, and I used to sleep in it. And the day they gave me the award for the plaque for the first place, I took it to a show. I didn't think I'd win because I had a boxing belt in the back of my car window instead of a plaque. And they called Thermal Boxing first place winner. And they had to take my blanket and bed out of their back, hey, to go over there and take pictures. Hey, it was fun. It was funny. So living in my car, living in the gym, we turned him pro, and he fought 2 fights, yeah. And then we started going to schools behind it and talking with kids and inspiring everybody and anybody. And so we did that for a few because the state of California called 5 members of the state to come down to Beaumont to an elementary school and 50 teachers of Riverside County, and we went out there to speak and show the belt that I had created, which we have one here today to show. And we went to Beaumont and we spoke and we pitched it. And I said that, my son's gone through this program, and it's the Department of Rehabilitation for the mind, for the brain. So they allowed me to go in and speak, they said. And I was, all right, cool, I can go back home. And they said, no, the Riverside County. So I got the whole Riverside County. And then I went as far as going up to Sacramento, pitching it up there with Gina. During the 10-day show in LA, when you met us there, we had just did a run up to Sacramento and down, back and forth. We did 16 hours just to go show the belt and talk to Applebee's, because I got Applebee's restaurants to do an event the day that we do something for the schools. They will participate as well. So there's a big program going on. I got so much behind all this, but
we'll get to some of that stuff. We'll get to
there's a lot.
So basically, you tried boxing when you were young, but it wasn't until your son that he got in there that took you to the boxing gym.
Yes, sir. That's right. That's correct.
Okay. All right. And when was it where you're like, you know what? I want to keep going with this. I want to do something special with this. I want to make this a part of my life.
Okay, check this out. I never said it. I never wanted it. Check this out. I still don't. Sometimes I tell G, it's like I threw the keys. The story goes is I sat on a man's bed and I threw the keys at him and said, "I'm going home, man. Oh man." And I yelled at him and he threw the keys back to me. And he said, "You ain't going nowhere. What don't you get?" And I said, "What don't you get, old man?" And he said, "What don't you get? You lost a wife. You marry another one. You lost a house. You buy another one, but you don't divorce your kids. They're yours forever. Your son never did nothing to you. You owe it to him. I never let you down. What have you learned from me all these years? And I'm looking at a man dying of cancer. Didn't know he was going to leave in 4 months after, but he's telling me these things. And so I took the gym that way. And 4 months later, he died. So I sit there in the dark and I ask him over and over, why me, dude? Why? And 2 years asking, 3 years. I didn't want to, like, I stopped asking. I just, what did we do here? And I found my wife in the third year and going into my fourth year of being there. And we're married today and it's awesome. But I didn't ask for it. I didn't want it. I just think it's a gift from a higher power. I want to say I'm here because I'm supposed to be. I don't know, man. I've lost so much in my life. I've struggled. I've lived there with nothing. We have no lights. And you know what now keeps me there? The reason, or the kids, the smiles, all right, everything that people are now talking about. I didn't hear it before, and I didn't care to, but I was lost in the world. But now I hear all of the things that gym has created. I created a boxer who was a sheriff. He never boxed in his life. Or not created, but I helped for him to do this. He says, right? I got this pro boxer, another one that went down to San Diego Canelo's gym, and he's thankful. I got my homes because of this work. The gym got burned down twice and broken into. It's been ran into by a car recently, and by the faith of God in hours, it's repaired. And the city goes out and looks at it and says it's still okay to open. You're good to go. And I have generators for lights, and now I have chargeable lights. I charge my 4 lights, and I take them to the gym, and we have lights for 3 hours. It's a crazy life. It's a crazy world, but I got not sucked
It's
into.
not be that loca, man.
I was given it, and now I have it, and I got into this far with it. Check this out. With that gym done, that gym's done. That gym has done some wonders, man. It's gotten us some real stuff, man. Real stuff, and you can do it homeless. Lowrider, the stereotype I've gotten, and the way I look, and my wife is too now, and she's getting hers, and she's doing her thing. It's a team thing, you know what I mean? But I was alone with my son, and it was a struggle, the real one. We were bird bathing, and yeah, I'm here.
Let's get to G.
Yeah.
G,
Yeah. Hi.
how you doing, girlfriend?
Good. How are you?
Good. You can turn. There is space if you could turn the phone just a little bit more your way. This time, but right there. That's yeah. I can see both of you guys good right there. G, how did you get into boxing? Did you watch boxing when you were a little girl? Was it not till later? Was the family into boxing? Did you have a love for boxing, a passion for boxing? What you're doing in boxing now, do you enjoy it? Did it just come to you? Give us the genesis on your side.
So, boxing for me, I like boxing, but I'm not a fan. I've never been a fan. Boxing to me was just basically a get together, a potluck thing where, everybody, family gets together and you watch a fight, and, you bring. It's kind of like a potluck thing, everybody come and bring something as we're gonna watch the fight, bring the sodas, bring the beers and all that. With I think I started watching boxing when Chavez, the man, the older, not the son, but the
Right.
Julio Cesar Chavez. I would watch these fights with family and friends, and but I was, like I said, I was never into the sport. I wasn't a fan. I just, it was kind of just like a family gathering kind of, So when I got with Mark, I mean, it just changed the whole thing, Now he has this gym. So now he started, telling me about the ideas that he wanted to do, with the kids and how he's helped and the community and all that. Where I come from, I wouldn't do none of that. you know. So I was like, okay, I was like, okay, so, then do it. If that's what you want to do, do it. So his son, when I met him, his son was already a pro boxer. And
Okay.
I went, I saw the gym. I've heard the stories before. I saw the gym and I was like, okay, it's pretty,
Pretty bad.
well, no, not pretty bad, but it was, it was pretty good. I mean, it had everything that it needed. So at the same time, when we got together, we started dating. He's going to school to speak because he's also an inspirational speaker, right? So he starts offering the belt, what is it, the boxing belt scholarship program, to where the kids are going to compete for this belt, So I'm a trained mentor. I'm actually certified years ago. And a lot of kids that are in drugs and in gangs and stuff, I know that the boxing helps, a lot with these kids. So okay, I was like, I can support him in that. So now at our 5th year married, 6 years together, he's where he's at right now, and I, as his wife, I support him. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna tell you that I sit and I watch a boxing match, a fight or whatever. It doesn't grab my attention like that. But I do him in everything that he wants to do. He's gone, far with the WBC. He's he's like Rudy Thayes, Dr. Rudy Thayes is right hand man. He always says that, Mark's my right hand man. And so I mean I go along with them, to
Yeah.
all the events, to all the boxing stuff that that he goes to,
And you know what, G, let me go ahead and say this. That is as much, coming from a man, having your woman support you like that is huge. Just for anybody out there watching, it's huge to get, your lady on board and pushing you and wanting you to do it, seeing the passion that you have, and then her being on board and saying like, go do it, go do it. You want this, I'll go with you. Let's go. What do you need? That is huge. So, yeah, I see you guys. Just out of curiosity, what were you doing there on 911 Fight Night?
Oh, I was sitting with Dr. Rudy Tellez, from
Hmm.
he's the WBC chairman, and I sat with him and his fiance uh, to judge the boxers. So they had a blue side and they had a red side.
Mm.
So we were, we had, all the first responders, boxing. We had nurses, military. We had the fire department. We'd have police departments from several different cities. We had social services was there.
And so, because the WBC sanctioned
Yeah,
the medals,
they sanctioned the
we
medals.
were called
Yeah.
upon as a committee, because Rudy is the committee here in, I would say, in the world of this side of the world, to represent the WBC in that manner. That's about the highest one you can have to be able to do that. So he was called upon, and we went right as a team.
So I was just like helping them. I was the third person because they have the two that judge for one side and one side. So I was
Right.
the third person helping them judge like who won the fight, or
Yeah.
it was pretty interesting. Never in my life did I think that I was gonna be sitting there doing something like that.
And for whom?
Yeah.
And I sat there and I'm like, okay, so I don't, I know there's 12 rounds. We only had what, 3 rounds left?
Three
Yeah,
rounds.
yeah, it was the
There
next-
are three too many. Yeah, I actually I had the promoters. I had the promoters of that event on here. I interviewed them with George and Marty and James.
Oh,
So I knew them. That's how I knew about it, and that's why I was there. I had them on this channel, and that's how I knew about the event. I was surprised to see you guys there. And gee, when I went up to you, you're just kind of like, "Who's this guy?" I don't remember.
Yeah, I was like, where do I know him from?
All right, so let's get to the WBC, because not anybody that just works in a gym, starts a gym, it's not like a sanctioning body just comes and says like, "Hey, you know what? Because you started a gym, now you're part of the WBC or the
Right.
IBF or the WBA. You're part of a sanctioning body." Let's get to that, Mark. How did you get in line with the WBC? What
wasn't
happened?
actually a line. And again, this is my life. This is crazy. Rudy and I go back to East LA over 30 years. We have about 30 plus years through the mentor, mine, Ralph. So there's some history there, but my work that I put in and my son's work, and this is what I believe. We are all champions in our own right. You don't have to necessarily, win a race or some type of competition, right? Because in life, I think we should be our own competition, right? We should worry about what not others are doing, but what we are doing and compete.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
So
run your own race. Yeah.
Right. So yeah. So I think that because of my real life story, and that's why I say is the things in life, you can't buy it. You can't buy this shit, right? You got to earn it. There's some things in life you just got to earn. I went over it, and I'm glad you asked this because this is crazy. This is a crazy question. Because some might think too, what makes you worthy enough, or what makes you that man, or like you said, right? And you know what's crazy is that I didn't ask for the gym and I didn't ask for this. It was given to me again. And it's because we are a real story. My struggle, and I'm sure everybody's going to relate to this and say, I got that, and I'm talking to them. That's just my story too. And somebody out there looks just like me, right? Or somebody's going to talk just like me and sound like me. So, I think because we're one of a kind, it's never been done. I've turned something, and a lot of people have done this, so I'm not the only one. But I've really turned something from nothing, zero, into something, and it hasn't been with money. It's been with faith. And I'm not gonna do religion on nobody. I'm gonna apologize before I even say it. I'm sorry, you guys. I mean, no disrespect to religion. I'm not even religious. I'm faithful. I have faith in my beliefs, and my mom taught me this, right? And I don't want to throw what religions or whatever she was, is just leave it alone. But I believe that it was passed down to me through this, and through this, my giving, my heart, I really put all in. I'm sometimes out of money. We went into debt because of my home. We didn't pay the mortgage to get the lights upgraded, and the lights never got turned on because our car went through there. So people say, well, if that's God telling you don't want to, no, it's not. It's just a little bump in the road. Don't trip. I got this, and we have lights today. So you know what I mean? I don't let nothing stop me, and I do it for the kids, and I do it for all the right reasons. There's always sometimes an agenda behind something for others, and for me, I never want anything back. I just give, and Gina used to trip out on this shit. Like, said, I'll give off my back. I could go on another story, on another channel, another segment. But it's my heart, I think. It's my faith, I think. It's because I really care to give, and I don't care what I have. And if I talk about what I have, it sounds like I'm bragging, but damn, I do got. I got. You don't have to say no more. But it's because, again, we give from our heart. We really mean it. And I've been in the dark. I've been shunned out. I've been alone. I've been talked upon. And I tell G all the time, we're in the 50-50 world. 50-50 club. Join it. Thank you very much. What? Yeah. 50% of the world's going to like you and 50% of the world's going to hate you. That's just what it is, eh? Whatever business you're in, even if you ain't even in a business and you're just a neighbor to somebody, That neighbor's gonna 50% like you down the street. All of them are gonna like you, and the 50 aren't gonna like you. Just what it is, right? They don't like your house because it's nicer than theirs or some shit. I don't know. Your dogs are better looking than theirs. They'll eat theirs. I don't know. Fuck.
So okay, so how did you get into the WBC?
Okay, so what happened was Rudy and I go way back. I got into it by started helping with Rudy. He reached out to me and he says, I need some help. I said, yeah, what's up? He says the museum has moved or needs to move. We need to have some meetings. I need to go here. You need to go there. I need a good person. And basically, I need your talent. I need what you do. And he's always been there on the sidelines watching my work, right? Okay. And he's never got involved to really like tell me how to do it, but he's giving me those sideline advices, like throws them in there, and I tell G, back then, I know what he's doing. I know what he's doing. So he eventually called me in for a meeting, and he said, it was his wife, it was 2 other people, and they asked if I was interested, and I said, interested in what? Into helping Rudy run the museum part of the WBC. Now, Rudy was the mouthpiece doctor. He did all the mouthpieces for all the pros for many years, from Canelo to you name it, and he has his cards. Yeah, all of them. So he's done that, and he's also created the Greenbelt Challenge. The Greenbelt Challenge is that youth one. Okay, but then through his injuries, I don't talk about all that, but he stepped down for 5 years. Now he's back. So while he's back, somebody's been running it and is running it. So they're going to work their things out. He's working on the museum right now and the inductions. Rudy also does the inductions. So Rudy has asked me to help him with the inductions. So we go through history and we go through stuff and we find who's deserving of it this year and that year. And we bring them in. Huh, right, babe?
Yeah.
We've done a few inductions together. He's allowed me to actually I picked the teas, and that was awesome. I got to have a say in some stuff. So being that we had the relationship and that my work is genuine to his eyes, he recognized me to be a board member, and I'm a board member. Now I'm a field representative. I have my business cards that are right there. Watch.
So just back in track just real quick. Yeah. This is the WBC Museum?
Yes, WBC Museum, Legends of Boxing Museum. It was the Hall of Fame, but you also have the National Boxing Hall of Fame. And we don't want to do anything to do with conflicts of interest and all that other stuff. So he leaves it with the title of Legends of Boxing Museum. And that's what it is. We inducted Sugar Shane Mosley. He came in from Puerto Rico this last induction, and that was pretty cool, right? And his dad, we did his dad, a few other big names. So we're going to start doing some bigger and younger generation inductions this year here in the Coachella Valley. That's what Rudy wanted me to tell you. But I got involved in it because of the history of it with Rudy, and I think my work, and then again, the gift I've been given, you know. I didn't ask for it. I didn't push on it. I never in my wildest dreams ever thought that I would be a part of representing what I call in boxing the highest, I think the most prestige award boxing bout you could get, right, in the world.
Right. Yes. So yes. I mean, there's other sanctioning bodies, but everybody looks at the green belt.
Everybody's of course. Oh,
yes. So what is your title now? You're a board member of.
I am if you could see that card, let me see.
Board member of the WBC.
Yeah. So I'm a field representative for the Museum of Legends of Boxing for the WBC.
Okay. And that entails of what? So you get to vote on who gets inducted?
Yeah, we vote, and then I go out and I have to visit. Like we have to go to Vegas. I called the Vargas brothers. Junior answered. We were on the road, and Rudy and I were going out and to some meetings. And I called the Junior, and he answered. He said, "What's up, man?" I said, "Hey, man, we're gonna go see your dad and you guys to get some memorabilia. So we got to make our trips out to Vegas to see them. Then we'll go out to Riverside to see the Garcias and other, of course, world champions for the museum. So my job would be to go out and pick up and pretty much represent the museum. And by doing that in the schools when I speak and stuff, we're going to build field trips for it. So we talked to the museum yesterday. We had a meeting, Rudy and I and his fiance, Denise, and we closed the deal. And so I'll be pitching that to field trips schools to bring them to the museum, and we'll have some champions there waiting for them for signings. And oh my God, we're thinking so much outside the box on these things. It's awesome.
That's really cool, dog. That's really cool. You know, you can even look at like juvenile hall
Yes,
field trips. You
yes.
know, if they're willing, you know, I'm sure there's security reasons why they probably don't want to take them out, but if some way somehow you could make a juvenile hall field trip and have
Or
those
how about
kids,
yes? Or
yeah,
how about some field trips inside and some world champions that get clearance to go in, fingerprinted, all the background checks, get them
yeah,
inside to take a glove or two, and they'll be waiting for them. And whenever they get out, whatever's there, some
yeah.
inspiration stuff, some one-on-one clinics. Maybe we could work. I have a vehicle that I call it the one-on-one clinic, where I drive it around and I go. Now I'm working with after-school programs. The Desert Rec out here that we work with wants me to do the ACES programs after school. So I'm going to take the X5 I got now and donate it to the nonprofit we have, and we're going to sticker it. What do they call it? Wrap it, or whatever it takes to get some sponsors on there, and then go to schools and go to homes, go to places that we can give the classes to that can't afford it. There's kids that can't make it to the gym or whatever it be, right? So they barely get bused to school, and then after that they can't leave the pad. They got no transportation, so we'll get to them for an hour through the school, through the program. You know what I mean? It's part of the ACES stuff, and I'll use the vehicle for that. I don't mind, and we're stocking it now with gloves and equipment so that I could have a little running one. And if I see it out there, I know where it came from, guys. No, I'm just playing. But 101 boxing, you know what I mean? For the ones that can't afford it, all free, because I'll get a sponsor to pay my gas and time to get to their house, but they'll be on this program for me. They have to sign up through school. The school got to tell me they can't afford it. You know what I mean? And I'll get there and give it to them for free, man. And if they like it so much, then I'll move them to the next gym that's close to them, and so on and so on. Just keep working our magic, keep working our angles, keep calling our connects, our plugs. You know what I mean? Hey, man, you got me over there, I got you over here. You know how it works.
I'm the number one sponsor for the, you know, for all the little for the gas trips.
Yeah, she helps us.
Like I fundraise, I'll cook, and then you know I always donate.
Yeah,
to
G owns her businesses.
To thermal boxing.
Okay, and that was gonna be my question for you next, G. Are you just kind of just along for the ride, or where do you fit in all this?
Well, I'm the number one sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
So I cook and I sell food. I sell plates, and then I give what he needs for the gym for the kids. You know, I donate for that.
Yeah, she's being very. She's leaving a lot out. She's does. Yeah, she's.
Yeah, no, I mean, I saw her there that night with
right?
with one of those cool WBC bomber jackets. I'm like, okay. So she was. You know, how did you get into that judging position there, G?
Well, through him and Rudy. You know, because they know that, especially Rudy, you know, he's came here to the house several times and he's seen me, you know, cooking and doing the fundraising, you know. So I invest in my businesses, and then I give him a donation for the gym, because right now we come out of pocket for everything, really, you know.
Right,
so
right.
we have people that want to sponsor, but then they don't come through, and I get it, you know, life, right? So, you know, I tell them, don't worry about it. Tuesday or Thursday, I tell them all the time, don't worry about it, Tuesday or Thursday, you know. So you know, I'll make a food sale, and then you know he can get whatever he needs for the gym. But
you know,
yeah, I don't really. It's not like a big deal, all the boxing thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for me, it's more. This is his baby, right? The boxing and all of that. That's his baby.
Right.
You know, so as his wife, I'm supportive, because he also supports me with my baby. You know what I'm saying? So everything that I want to do, nails, lashes, eyebrows,
Her bombs. She has
merch,
a 41,
you know,
a
all
41,
of that,
a 47.
that, you know, that's my baby, and he supports me, and you know, I support him, and that.
I remember watching you guys on YouTube. I remember when you guys picked up that car. I remember G, you trying to get licensed to start your business.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely. I remember all that. So no, that's great. And I definitely want to get into that story on another one. Because I think that's that's a really good story right there as well. Mark,
Yeah.
so now that you're in with the World Boxing Council, um, what's the next move? You got this museum. Are you still doing the boxing gym, or are you just with the museum now?
No. I was just at the gym today. I
Okay.
open it every day, 3:30 to 7:30. It's I'll shoot you a video of it. Beautiful gym. We have it nice and cleaned up now.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
every so often. Oh, look, there's the belt. Yeah, look at it. Those
Oh,
are the
yeah.
sponsors that go on the belt that were
it's upside down, but
Oh.
I get the gist of it here. Let me see.
Oh,
Oh,
there
yeah,
it
yeah.
is.
Oh, yeah.
That belt. Okay, that's the belt. Yeah.
Nice.
And now, and check this out. Watch. Give me these, love. Give me these.
These?
Watch.
Oh.
No? Check this out. Check this out. We don't only have the belt. We also got gloves, eh? Check this out. We got this. They're good friends of ours. We sell this. They give us a percentage to the club for every set of gloves and headgear. Look, I got boxes. Check this out, man. Check this out.
You know, I've had a couple of YouTube fights myself.
Yeah.
Okay, I've been in the ring and I've had some YouTube fights fighting other YouTubers. I would have loved to have had a pair of those gloves that say Vato Loco on there.
And that's embroidery. Hey.
Oh man, I
have that.
man.
Look at everything has it. The headgear. Show them the headgear.
Look man, maybe I should have one more fight just so I could wear that stuff.
Yeah, hey, come and get it. Hey, we gotta go see you, man. Let's do it. So that's what we have. This is, and you know what's crazy? This is for a kid. That whole set you saw in the red, white, and blue. We did that for my boy, but my boy wore it one time, and he donated it for a kid who needs a full set. Isn't that nice?
Yes.
So now we're gonna wrap it up and give it away, or help somebody out with it. But yeah, it has to go to somebody that will wear it and appreciate it and all that. Not that he doesn't. He's just took a step down. We thought he was gonna go back into fighting, and he took another route. He's opening his own gym with somebody, another pro boxer, another world champion too as well. So they're on their own adventure, and I gotta be a loving dad, right, an understanding one, and say, okay, son. Everybody's asked why he doesn't go back there with me, and blah. And I think it's just his way of growing, getting out there and doing his own thing. So best of wishes. I hope I'm really hoping on this. Really, they works out. They're looking for, or they found a building.
Yeah.
They found a building. Now they're waiting on some news. Cool,
let's talk about the name. I'm somewhat familiar with the low desert, with the Coachella Valley, but I've never heard of Thermal, especially like in the boxing world. You think of the Coachella Valley, you think of boxing trainer Joel Diaz, you think of Timothy Bradley, You know,
well,
you think of La Quinta, you think of Palm Springs, Palm Desert. I never heard of Thermal until
that's funny
you guys.
Yeah,
and then I'm like, that's an actual spot in the Coachella Valley.
Yeah, the Diaz's trained my son. They started my son when he was 8 years old. They got him. And then Tim Bradley signed him to a contract. But then that fell out behind some store. It was just something that happened. But yeah, Tim Bradley had my son for a minute before he went pro. And then Marcos got him and turned him pro. And it was awesome. But yeah, we're next to Coachella. We're the little unincorporated town. They call it unincorporated town next to Coachella. So you're in Indios, let's say if you know the Diaz's in their gym, if you're in that area, you'd go down the boulevard and you'll pass Coachella, which would be Lee Espinosa's gym, which is in Coachella. And then you keep going down the boulevard, that street, and you'll go into Thermal. And then if you keep going, you'll go into Mecca. and then you'll go into North Shore, and then Salton City, and so on, and then down into what Brawley and all those cities out there. It's
Mhm.
way
Yeah,
far.
then you get
Yeah, but
way
right
out.
now, just minutes away from Indio, like I would say, we're just 8 miles away, really 8 minutes away. My
Okay.
son ran from Indio, where we
Yeah.
live. He ran to Thermal. I told
Okay.
him one day, I'm not picking you up, bro. I'm not picking you up. You want to be late? You don't want to do this shit? I left. I'm not waiting for you. And he ran. Yeah, he ran there and got there. So we're close to Indio, Thermal. Yeah,
Okay.
small,
Okay.
small,
Okay.
small farming town, very small. Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's cool though.
Okay.
It's nice. They have their wait. Thermal's known though. Thermal's known for all the big mansions, the racetrack, the BMW racing. They do some big time racing now. They got horses. The rich have their own airport. When there's Coachella Fest, they all
Uh-huh.
fly in to that airport back there, and they all have mansions and shit. So there's a part of Thermal that is really badass, huh?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known.
Yeah,
I've never heard of it till you guys. So I'm like, Thermal Boxing Gym. I was
Yeah.
wondering by the name, and then I saw that it's actually a small little town. I'm like, oh, okay. I never
Yeah,
never heard
yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
who
Now,
so
they've done
do-
some. Yeah, they've done some things out of there. They have the date company or the date family. They're known around the world for their dates. So they're out of
Okay.
Thermal. They have their fields right there. There's the ones that gave us the gym land, the lot that sits the gym on. That's
Right.
theirs, and so we've had that donated actually with no mortgage, no rent, no nothing. Everything's taken care of. It's awesome, man. The love. I mean, it's crazy. I could tell you. I called the man that owned it after 6 years. I mean, seriously, and haven't talked to him 3 years, let's say straight. And he tells me on the phone, "Don't worry about a thing. Everything's yours. We're happy with you. Keep doing you." I'm like, "What?" So I got the place there to run, do however, whatever, just as long as it's done right. And I think I'm doing all right with it, right? I mean, from zero to yeah, it had. We were nothing at one time. We had nothing. We had no fighters, nothing. And
so
today
so
we,
so now doing what you're doing now.
yes.
I mean, you run into fighters all the time. What do you go do? You just go to the gyms, you collect memorabilia, or what is it?
Yeah, yeah. If it's that, it's we when we do our inductions, we're already asking them. Rudy has a great, how do you say it? He has great relationships with all these world champions, all fighters, not just world champions. Well, they're all champions. To get in that ring, whether they win the belt or not, whatever, man, dude, it's crazy the world they live. You know what I mean? No, fans don't understand it, man. The fighters, what they go through, man.
Yeah,
And
man.
then-
Being in there is completely different than being in a street fight.
I saw your fight.
It's something. I mean, I've been in there a few times. So yeah, that I mean, we just had one, September 16th. I
Uh-huh.
went in there with with two guys that were like 3 times my size, man. It was something else. But okay, you were telling me a story about Sebastian Fundora before we went on air.
Yes.
What's the deal with the Towering Inferno, man? Because he's champion. He's one of the big dogs at 154 pounds right now.
Yes, and I'll tell you the story. You know what? I'm gonna tell you like this. It's a personal story. I know him since when they first came out here. They were at Thermal, and we were, but the story with them and us is good. It's not bad, but I keep it this way. When they ask me about fighters, and this is where I'm funny with it. They ask me about fighters. I have to honestly say I only had one favorite in my life, or I always will only have a one if you ever ask me, and that would be Jacob Lerman. That's my favorite fighter. And the Fundoras, I love them to death. I love all our friends here in the Coachella Valley, from amateurs to now pros. There's some Flores brothers out here, right? There's Padilla, Birdman. Oh my God, yeah, that kid was bad. And we just lost a boy. He got in a fight at a place and he got killed. He was an ex-fighter with
Yeah.
the boys, with the Fundora kid. He came in that group. So all I got to say with them and any other fighter ever asked is that I believe in them and I wish them all the best. And my stories are real. I have really close stories with them. Their first Christmas here from Miami, they spent it with us. at our house. And then in Oxnard, yeah, it's a story, man, that it was written in a letter for me, and I have it hanging in the gym, and it's signed, and it was thanking me for that 8 days up there, and it was beautiful. Do you know that with the Fondoras, with that kid Sebastian and his sister, we took out of the nation, we were second in the nation. We took second place in the nation in Oxnard, and Freddie Atlas took 50 fighters, and he took first. We took second thermal boxing with the Fondoras, and with Santos Ortega and the Fondoras, and we took second with 5 fighters. So 50 fighters took first place. Teddy Atlas. Thermal boxing took second place in the nation, and we had 5 fighters, and the Fondoras were 3 of them.
Wow.
4 of them, and 4 fighters, the Fondoras, because they had 4 fighting. All kids were fighting, and then 1, which was Santos, and Jacob. So 7. But Jacob, he was fighting. He didn't make it. He had his fallout, but they went all the way. Those kids, and they got the belt for second place. And that belt's at Fantasy Springs Casino. If you go to the bowling alley, look on the wall, you'll see the thermal boxing and the it was second in the nation, and that was with 5 fighters. And yeah, Sebastian Fondora was one of them. Crazy, huh? And
Fantasy Springs Casino holds a lot of fights. I've been there quite a few times for fights. Yes, I've been there a good handful of time to check out their fights. It's a pretty good venue. It's a small venue, but it's pretty good.
Let me know when you come back, because we set the ring. The ring they fight in is the thermal boxing ring. The son of Ralph Romero, who left me the gym, his son Joseph runs that business of setting the rings up. That's what we also did. And I got pictures with Ralph and Jacob when he was 14 years old, man, setting rings for Oscar. And then we decorate them with all the rope covers and all his stuff. Yeah, we do that the days before. Yeah, it's crazy, man. So you should let me know when you're out here, and I'll get a hold of Joseph. Yeah, we can go help, maybe get involved and help us set a ring, see what it's all about.
Believe me, man, if you guys are gonna set up a ring, I'll be down to roll up the sleeves, homie, and put in some work. Yes, for damn sure. Yeah, I'm down. You just let me know. It'd be an honor, man, to set up the ring.
I'll call Joseph for the next fights out here. I'll give Joseph a call and tell him he has a helping hand, and I'll make sure I'll go in and help with you guys. Yeah, because for sure. G was there last time, right, babe?
Yeah.
She was sitting watching us set the ring up and everything while we were doing it at night. So we could definitely go do that. Yeah. And then the day of the fight, they give us the rope. So we're in there doing all the zippering. And then when we get wristbands for the fight free. So then after that, we wait for the fight to be right when it's over. The last fight thing, shit, the dude's out of the ring. We're inside the ring, unzippering, getting everything off because they want to get out of there. You know what I mean? So we have to break down the fight, the ring too. But it's cool. We get taken care of, eh? We're good. You'll get taken care of for that.
I'm down, homie. I'm down, dog. Let me know, man. I'd love to be there. I know some people it probably sounds like, what? You want to set up a ring? Yeah, heck yeah. That'd be freedom as heck, man.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's fun though. We're having
I sat there and I was watching them, built it right, right then and there.
And the fighters is bad because the world champions, they come out because this is the days before. They're there at the hotel and they want to check the ring out. And they get in the ring and they tell you, they lean on the ropes, they step, they tell you tighter. The canvas is too loose. So, and the dads are with them, the moms are with them. And they're watching us tighten the ropes for them. And they're in the ring and they're checking it out. And I'm telling them, you like it? You like it? Yeah. And they're fighting the next day and shit. You know what I mean? For the title and shit. So it's pretty cool.
Damn, that
pretty interesting. My life is a blessed life. I'm telling you, I didn't buy none of this shit. I was setting these rings up with Ralph when my son was 14 when we were doing this. And we just stayed with it. I stayed with it. I never gave up. If you guys want to know out there what got me this far was my faith of and never giving up on myself, man. Yeah. My mom taught me that people get disappointed in life, and then I'm gonna tell you why. It's because they worry about people, and people worry about people who stay or people who leave, like who stays with them, who's around them, who doesn't come. They get disappointed, nobody's coming. My mom said this one day: when you learn to be loyal to yourself, you will never be disappointed in your life. And what that meant was I stayed loyal to me no matter what. And if people thought I was a failure or thought I wasn't gonna make it, I believed in myself and I said, "You got this. I fucking stand right here, right next to you. I got you, right behind you, fool. I'm on the left side, right side. I'm all over. Don't trip." And yeah, me and myself, we stuck it out. I believed in me, and I didn't give up. See, a lot of people quit. They give up. It's too hard, man. It's 3 years of 3 years of homelessness. Sometimes I tell G, I never went to prison. I've been in county jail. West Side was my last little trip. I washed clothes in the back and all that shit. But I never went to the big house. I never did that.
At Wayside, you used to do the laundry.
Yeah, I used to do the laundry back there. Yeah,
So did I.
I wore the red jumpsuit with the. They gave us new clothes every time in the back, huh? You dressed up.
Yeah. You ever got you got your pick of all the good stuff, man. Yeah.
Little story. Yeah. See, so I got a taste of little stuff, but never the big because I was always a little smarter. I didn't like it. I knew what I didn't want, so I didn't like it. I didn't like liver. I tell my mom, I don't want that shit. And no, I didn't want it. She tried to put potatoes one time to make it better, and then she did gizzards and said it wasn't liver. But it's still gizzards. It's liver, chicken liver. So I know what I didn't like, and I didn't like jail stuff, so I didn't go back. But the homeless, I tell G, I would have rather have probably gone to jail because in there, you're eating, sleeping, you could get with somebody, click up, whatever it is. You live that life, right? So that lifestyle is I felt always better because my dad would always like it. Other uncles and tios and cousins would always go. They liked it. But I never really found somebody that really liked homelessness. Like homelessness, you don't know what's gonna come the next day. Like where you're gonna eat, what you're gonna sleep, all that shit. It's a crazier world, eh? I don't know. I can't say one or the other because I didn't be in the other one, but I could say that hearing stories of dad's mom, people that have been there, and people that have been homeless, I feel like the homeless lifestyle is a little more scarier. I don't know. It's just not knowing. You know what I'm feeling? Like, where am I showering at tomorrow? Am I going to eat? I would have to go to church, and I would drive around in a fucking Cadillac, because I didn't have gas, just to go to churches to get donuts and coffee, bro. But I washed the car. How the fuck? My car was clean. Nobody knew. I was embarrassed until the news put me out there. But yeah, man, that homeless shit. I used to buy Chinese food and live off it for 3 days. Bro. 3 days. Because I could microwave that shit, it'll last. That was crazy, man.
So so now, when there's events now, right? Do promoters contact you guys? Is it the sanctioning body that contacts you? I remember you had told me about meeting. I believe it was the president of the WBC.
Yeah. Well, how that works is that Rudy is the connect. Rudy is the chairman. So he has to answer to Mexico, to the Sons. They're out there. And so Mauricio. And his father passed, and the brothers took it all, Pepe and Mauricio. So Rudy was just on the phone with them the other day. So he gets his approvals through Mauricio direct of what he can do. And if it's medals for something like what we were at, and it's a good thing, Mauricio would approve it for him and send him the medals. And that's how he gets the approval to be somewhere, to hang the banner, to do anything he does with the title of this entity. Then he has to get everything approved. And then from Rudy, it comes to me. And then from me, whatever his instructions are. And we just went over that today, right? On how exactly he wanted me to phrase things. And he said, mention Rudy Tellez, chairman with the WBC. We're bringing the first museum to the Coachella Valley. We are also doing the first inductions here in the Coachella Valley. He is very active. He's had a personal injury, but 5 years later, he's made his recoveries and he's back. He's really active and aware of everything. You saw him. You were there. Saw him at the table. So He needed a right hand man, and I was up for the job. I was up for the. I guess they nominated me, and there were 3 other people that, like I said, were there. His fiance and 2 others with him. That was 4, and they must have all talked before I got there, right? And they agreed that I would be the one for the position, and I now assist them with anything and everything. We've gone to Nevada, right?
And then he sends, like, sometimes when they're having a conference or whatever, like they have the Victor Ortiz and
Oh yeah, the Sugar Shane Mosley were fighting in London, so they had the press conference in Pomona, and we had to show up for that and take a table and set up the ballot, and then Rudy got up there and spoke and did a sanctioned thing for that. So he's called upon even up north now to do fights and do the crowning of the fighters, the champions. But he can't get in the ring that well. So you can see he could walk barely. So he wants me to be the one that will go into the ring for him and do the crowning if needed, if that's the case. You know what I mean? So on the behalf of the museum and all of that, I'm just like, yeah, I'll do it, of course, because the plans are we're going to continue the museum for many years to come. And everybody, I'm not putting him to condemn, or I'm not saying any of that, but everybody has their time where they either take a seat back and say, you know what, I'm tired, and that's where the next one comes in. So whenever that comes in, we're hoping to build a good team so we could carry the museum on for many years after. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
Rudy has a great plan. He's put it together with some good people. He's not alone. His fiance Denise, she helps him out a lot too. Um, yeah, and so with his team, and now with myself and G, and we have Felicia Mendez, Melendez. Felicia, she's really good asset to the team, and there's a few others, and we have world champions. We have Paul Banky and Greg Ponce,
Okay.
who love to participate in our gatherings and whatever is out there that we do. So I think we're gonna make it.
and Marty. We're
Marty,
really
Marty.
good friends with Marty.
Yeah, tell Marty I said watcha.
Oh, Mari. Yeah.
Marty.
Yeah, and Hema.
She
Oh,
she's a cool girl.
Oh.
She's okay. She's the one that got me. She contacted me
uh-huh.
to go to that event,
Oh.
and then through her, I didn't know who she was working with, and then when I saw George, I'm like, wait a second, I know that vato, man. I didn't know there. I didn't know
They're
that's who
related.
she was linked up with. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I know that guy. That guy he loaned me his boxing gym years ago when I did a boxing show.
Okay.
And that was gosh, back in 2010, 2011 or something like that.
Oh, that was
And
fun.
I didn't see him or talk to him since then. Then Marty, just out of nowhere, Marty just hits me up and says like, "Hey, we're having this event. I want to tell you about it." I'm like, "Yeah, cool." Yeah, and here we are. Here we are. So,
Yeah, and we're going. Hey, what were you gonna do? Some events with us now? That interview.
I'm
I
down,
like
man.
the idea. I really do. And then the school things. I want you a part of that. And then we said some other things. So
Is the museum open for business? I mean, can people just go and
yes,
check it out right now?
It's an historical museum in Indio. It's really nice, man. Really nice.
What's the actual name of the museum?
It's called look it up. It's in Indio Coachella Valley Historical Museum. Put that up. It's in Indio on Miles. So it has beautiful venues. Oh man, bad. It fits. One side fit. She said 500 people. Another side fit 4. It went from 5 to 4 to 3. Each side fits so much people, man. Beautiful sites. And that's where we'll do the induction.
How does the museum work? I mean, can somebody just show up and then just walk around in there, or is it a tour?
Well, glad you asked. You asked some really good questions, man. Shoot. So we have some ideas. I want to do some field trip day. Now they have it open on certain days for the public to just walk in and stuff, but the area we're looking at, we really want to close it down, and I'll tell you why. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, and I'm gonna say it honestly. I mean, there's some nice baskets in there I saw, and some nice old stuff in there, but I didn't see anything that I would want to go in and take. You feel me? Like
Okay.
like the I don't know. The baskets were nice, but I know they're old and they really mean a lot and all that. But I just didn't like them. Where if I went in on our side and saw some gloves signed by somebody I liked, I'd love. I know I could get some money for them. You feel me? If there's a
Mhm.
little bit more value, I think, to the memorabilia we're going to be getting, and even with the younger boxers. So we want to try to do like a touring where I'm there, somebody's there to talk about it, walk you through it. If you have any questions, you know what I mean? Then just to be a free for all, just to walk through. You feel me?
Right.
So there
Right.
might be some days that are free for alls, and then some good educated days that we put it out there, so we could have field trips and maybe the public kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Kind of like,
Okay.
yeah, we still
Okay.
working on that. Yeah. We just had the meeting. This is our third one, and we hit first, second, and third, killed them all. So we're in. We're good. Now we go to what is it called? Stage 4, phase 4. We go to
Phase
phase
four.
4. Phase 4. So now we're gonna meet with, I guess, the person that does the. We met with the event coordinator, so now it's the building coordinator that coordinates. So what's the space we get? I guess. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And Jeff
Okay.
Gonzalez is the assembly chairman, and a lot of other big wigs. You know what I mean? Top dogs, heavy hitters. They're all for it. They're all excited. Yeah, we got Desert Rec, we got Troy, Chris, Luis, Espinosa. Yeah, Jeff Gonzalez, the man himself, the assemblyman, chairman.
Is there a goal with your guys' vision?
Yes.
Is there a spot where you're like, okay, this is where we're trying to get right here. This is where we want to get, or is it just there is no finish line? We're just gonna keep on going.
No, we're gonna go. We want to get the casino. There's a lot of talk in a lot of other places. Yes, we got a first spot here. Mind you, this museum used to be in San Bernardino, the boxing
Right.
museum,
Right.
and then it was with a doctor. Chinese doctor donated his building, but then sold it. So the museum had it closed down. Then we tried Paris at the Derby Room, and that didn't work. And well, it did, and then it didn't. So things fall out. You're waiting for answers, or things happen, and so we moved on, and here we are. We ended up. Oh no, we went to LA, and we were going to get the building. We started fixing it. We had Homeboy Industry go out there, and we have a lot of documentary of Homeboy Industry working there with tons of workers, right?
Yeah.
Weeks after weeks.
Yeah.
Gina feeding them. We were doing all kinds of stuff, and that got falling out because the owner of the place is going to sell the building. So how are we going to go in there and fix it and put our stuff there? And now you're going to sell it on us. You feel me? So that fell out, and so Rudy got kind of disappointed, and we have Felicia that said, "No, Rudy, we got this. And she made her phone calls, and she got us in a meeting. And from one meeting, it ended up to 3 now, 4. And not only that, we go to our town hall meetings like on schedule where we need to be. We take, our support, and they in return called in the troops. They said, and we had this last meeting had everybody there, and everybody's happy. Everybody's, you know what I mean? Let's bring it. Let's do this. So it'll be the first of its kind here in the Valley, a museum, and the WBC worldwide. So we're bringing Vegas and all the world here for inductions. That's awesome, right?
Casino. Yeah. That's huge, man.
It gets big because the last event that we had, that was July, right?
Yeah, July we had one.
This July?
Yeah.
This year?
Every year, yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of people. We had probably about over 500 people there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're so packed, and
they you could go to their website, go to WBC, go to Mauricio's website, and they post it on their website. Our names are there, our inductions are there, our events are there, our pictures are there. So the website in Mexico, headquarters gets the stuff from our people, because we have a team here who does our letters. She's real good at it, and she sends pictures. That's Panda's wife, Daniela.
Oh yeah, Panda.
Tom Art from this brand here. He's a world the best in the world, and I'm not just saying that. No, really, you look him up. He's the best in the world. He's a world champion, and he's our hand wrapper. He's known for Panda for his hand wrapping He travels the world
he travels
for
the world.
just that. And the WBC sanctioned these gloves to fight him, world titles, and also other fights. They're in Africa, so these gloves are the real deal. They're
They
just
come from Dubai.
they're from Dubai, but they're designed so their quality is top notch. But their design is in the wrist to protect the wrist from hurting and breaking. So he's done his right here. This is what he specialized in the design of the wrist and to the thumb too. So this is why these are that special. They're not just a glove. They're actually a new design. And so that's Panda. Yep.
Nice, man. Nice. All right.
Great team. We have a great team. And I have all this equipment to sell, and the kids get the money, right? They kick back the kids. They kick back the gym. So for everything I sell, there's a portion that goes back. That's our deal. We don't get no.
They have their own boxing gym too, in LA, in West LA.
Yeah. So they're helping out the kids through their gloves.
So they have their
Yeah,
gym.
I'm familiar with Panda. Yeah, I've never met him, but no, I'm familiar with him in the boxing world for sure.
He's hella cool, man.
We right here we interviewed them.
Yeah, we did it right here. They sat in these chairs.
Okay.
We did the interview with them, and you should do that. Yeah, you're gonna get them, man. You're gonna do them all right in the booth, right there, man. With the belt and everything, man. We got you. You know why? Because you believed in us, man. You really did. You said touched on some real personal stuff. The Green Bay jacket one, that's some real personal stuff, man. And I appreciate that. And you've seen us grow, and you see us today, and we didn't stop, and we're the real deal. We're not pretending. We're not trying.
When we do the events, they all walk to the booth.
Yeah, they all come to
like we had Sugar Shane Mosley.
Yeah,
Sugar Shane Mosley.
Yeah,
he'll go sit over there because we fix it up real nice, you know.
He went to the booth, and then because Panda and us, we were side by side. So and then Panda's Danielle, Panda's wife, she put up a background, so they were all taking pictures, like all the world champions.
It has the WBC logo, Panda's logo, and then the museum logo, and then the WBC. It's all like real nice. I'm Santa Claus, I dress up in Santa Claus and I do ho 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 for our events. Yeah. So I have all the toy drives. I have all the world champions. I'm socking them. I tell them, hit me. You're mad? I go, you're mad because I gave you a Barbie, huh? And the champions, they look at me. So I have fun. They tell me I'm the best Santa Claus. Yeah. They love me, right? They tell me.
It's a lot of fun. The last on that event too, like I had a full on conversation with his sister, because
Sugar Shane Mosley's sister.
Because his dad and his sister travel with him everywhere.
Yeah. So. And we got you to go interview the world girl champion. She's a lawyer. Her husband's she's a doctor. He's a lawyer. One of the two. She's badass. She works for Homeboy Industry. She's gonna. She's gonna do the boxing club there, Sid. And so there's a big story on her. She wants to come and meet with us and do stuff. I think that'd be a good one for you too. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. No, look. Hey, this has been great. I've enjoyed chopping it up with you guys. Definitely want to do it again. Definitely want to get out there and build a ring. I don't know why, but that sounds freedom as heck, man. I'm so down for that.
Okay, I'm gonna call. They say, and this is what this is what the father of Joseph, Ralph, the man who left me the gym, said. A man is only as good as his word. You told me you'd be here at 4:00. It's 4:03. I'm leaving. I shit you not. 5 minutes late, the dude was leaving. He either wanted me there 15 minutes early or right on time. Either or. There is no 1 minute, 2 minutes after. It's either 15 before or right on time. So he taught me that word shit. A man is only as good as his word. So I'm telling you, all I got to do is make that phone call, let Joseph know I got a helping hand, bro. He wants to really do it. And I'll be there with you. And I got to talk to Joseph anyways. I want to ask him something about our ring. I need him to help me come to our gym and set it up with me. So it'd be good for us, for both of us. And then we can go on and talk about more stuff. But I can call him up, get that worked out. And then on our next induction, you're definitely there. You're for sure there. You're there. You're already there. Don't worry about that.
Oh, man.
Go from there.
I love it. I love it. I love it. But look, we're gonna close it out at least for this one. I do want to chop it up with you guys on another one, but at
Okay.
least for this one, we'll go ahead and we'll close it here. Gina, any last words, sister, before we wrap it up?
Well, I don't know. Just thank you everybody for watching, and everybody
Yeah, get back with
stay
us.
tuned for the next one.
Yeah, because we got like 4 more
Everybody
with you. We
have
got
a
like part
blessed
2,
day.
3, 4. We got like 4 parts, eh?
Yeah.
Serio, really. We done some real stuff out here, guys. And our reputation is legit. It's nothing to play with. You know what I mean? Put some respect on my name. Nah, I'm just playing. But it's some real stuff that we're really doing, and I think that's why we're recognized. And for the ones out there who know us, who probably tapped in tonight, or if they did and they're listening, they know we're sitting here, that we are the real deal. Rocky Chicano told us that one time. He said, "You guys are the real deal," you know, because we come from real stories, and we don't portray anything we're not. We don't pretend to be, and that's, I think, the most important thing for tonight. Before closing, is that our raza or cultura has to stop pretending to be what they're not and be exactly who they are. You know what I'm saying? And that if I
We
came
really
in,
need to stick together.
I came in being who I was with my wife when I met her. I didn't pretend anything, and she took me like that, raw, and her too. And then together, being that way, we fed off of that, and we just are who we are, and we show it by being together, because she brings the best out in me and I her. We're like a mirror, right? I tell you, and we see each other and we just do it. And if we can do it, so can you. Love, it doesn't come when you're looking for it. I think 54 years old, I want you guys to know, just relax. It'll get here. It'll come. It's gonna find you, because we didn't look for it. It found us, and it found us in a bad time. I was homeless. She lost a friend. She was cried out. I was hungry, and we were like, "What?" I was like, "Wow."
I prayed.
I was
I
like,
prayed. I told God, like, take this guy.
Yeah.
Out of
Remove
my-
him out of my life.
Remove him out of my path. Like,
Yeah,
if he's
yeah.
not good intentions. And I told him I could only be your friend.
Yeah, and I said, "I'm hungry though. Can you feed me?"
And
She
then
fed me. I never left.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, I told her, "You ever heard that saying? Never feed the cat; they'll never leave." She fucking you fed the cat, eh? I was like that. I'm still meowing, eh?
Hey, all right, man. Well,
All
there
right.
you guys have it, man. Mark and Gina, also known as Cholo and G.
Cholo and G.
Where could they go to follow you guys?
Tell them all that. Tell them.
So our social medias, Cholo and G 1 on TikTok, and then of course Mark Lerma, Gina Lerma on Facebook, Glamagy 11 on Instagram, and Cholo 88, and then also Cholo and G on YouTube. We haven't been on there. I throw little videos here and there. Our last video was the Palmart interview, and I'm supposed to have Madi and Hema also,
okay.
and Paul Banky also.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So,
Okay. Okay. I'll
find
go
us
ahead
there.
and leave a link to that in the comment section. It'll be pinned, so if anybody's watching, you guys go to the comment section. The very first comment you guys see, it'll be a link right to their YouTube channel, so you guys can go ahead and check that out.
All right, and check this out before you go. This is a boxing channel, so before you go, a little history, guys. That's Paul Gonzalez right there. That's in '85. That was a gold medalist.
Okay.
That's him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you
Nice.
see that little history right there. Yeah,
All
that's
right.
Gonzalez, yeah. He inspired me. That was your question that answered that you asked.
Yes.
What
Yes.
inspired that dude right there in
I
'85?
got into it. Yeah. All right. Hey, well, there you guys have it. Cholo and G, they're not about drama. They're all about getting it done. Getting it done, man. So that's why I'm talking to them. Because they're all about just that action and getting it done. So, hey, gracias you guys for your time. I definitely want to talk to you
Remember,
guys more.
Oh, and sharing. Look at him, my dog. Hey, Cholos don't have poodles. Hey, relax. Hey, that wasn't my dog. Hey, get him out. Hey, so.
Hey,
we're
but
all
you guys fed the dog, so now I won't leave.
Oh, we got Rottweilers outside. We got some big dogs, and so just before you guys go though, we're sharing. We're a sharing, loving family over here. So if anybody needs to reach out to us for any plugs, any help you guys need on some advice on stuff, get with Chucker, and they'll get with us, and we'll shoot you guys our plugs. How to make shirts, how to sell this, how to do this, how to do that, where to get this, all that. Don't trip. We don't need it. We don't need it all. There's a lot for everybody.
We all gotta eat.
So we'll share with you.
We're very supportive of small businesses,
whatever, man.
and
For sure. Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, man. Shout out to Cholo and G. Cholo Choclos, Tres Chingones Boxing. Whatever you guys do this weekend, be safe doing it so we can come back and do it again. Catch you guys on next round.